Hey guys, we want to tell you about a brand new true crime podcast we think you'll love called Shadow of Truth. This miniseries explores a haunting murder that not only leaves investigators searching for a killer, but on a mission for the truth.
Police find Tair Rada's dead body in the bathroom behind a locked door. While investigators work to piece together evidence, one person of interest became their focus, a man by the name of Roman Zadorov. Within just a few days, he even confessed to Tair Rada's murder. With the confession in place and Roman behind bars, police considered this case open and shut. However, shocking new evidence that has been recently revealed shows that there was so much more to this story.
There is now new DNA results and shocking witness testimony in the case. Shadow of Truth exposes never-before-heard evidence. We are about to play you a quick preview of Shadow of Truth. And while you're listening, do what we did and make sure you're following Shadow of Truth on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you're listening right now. You can also binge all 6 episodes early and ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcast or the Wondery app.
What you're hearing is a crowd of protesters in Tel Aviv. Unlike most protests in Israel, this one isn't about politics. It's about a verdict in a murder case that happened 15 years ago. The murder of 13-year-old Tair Rada has become a national obsession here in Israel, unlike any other. Our story begins on the 6th of December, 2006, a day that Tair's mother, Ilana Rada, will never forget. She just came home from work when she noticed something was off.
I walk in and see that her backpack isn't there. I look into the sink and see that Tair hasn't eaten. I go through the rooms and I realize that Tair didn't even come home.
Ilana called Tair's phone, but no one answered. She then called her husband, Shmuel, who left work immediately to start searching around town for the missing girl.
I call out to Tair among the bushes, rocks, boulders, and I start crying. I came home empty-handed.
By then, it was already dark outside. Rumors about the missing child spread like wildfire, and it wasn't long before people from throughout the community organized search parties. Tzvi, a neighbor of the family, was in one of them.
It was a very cold evening and I went out with a military coat.
Tzvi and his friends decided to go into the school, the same one Tair attended.
When you go into an unfamiliar building, some of the rooms are dark and it's silent. I already had a strange feeling. We went through one hallway, then another, one classroom, then another, until we reached the bathroom. When we went into the bathroom, there was no sign of anything. It was spotless. The first stall door looks normal. The second door looks normal. The third door, it's locked. My friend peeks through the door and says, "Wow, there's something here." I totally froze.
Tzvi climbed up on a toilet seat to peek into the locked stall. What he saw there almost made him fall off his feet.
I saw a girl. It was clear to me that it's her.
Tair lived and died in Katzrin, a small, secluded town situated in the northern tip of Israel, not far from the Syrian border. It's an eerie place, surrounded by lakes and forests, and has been known, since this murder, as the Israeli Twin Peaks. The whole town, as well as the rest of the country, was shocked to the core. The idea that a girl could be viciously murdered in school, which should be the safest place, was every parent's worst nightmare. Tair became everyone's child. The police commander of the northern region made it very clear. He wanted the murderer arrested within 24 hours.
We paint the walls and search for fingerprints and take blood samples. We take pictures of everything we sample, and we move forward from there.
It didn't take long for the police to understand that their way forward led to a dead end.
You've just heard Shadow of Truth. You can follow Shadow of Truth on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you're listening to us right now. You can also binge the entire series early and ad-free when you subscribe to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app.